Have you ever wondered, how do I actually start this workout journey? What do I need to do? I'm totally confused. If that's you, I got some answers for you guys today. Welcome to the Unstuck Podcast. I'm your host, Drew Cause. We're going to talk about how to start working out. Now, this is a subject that is dear to me, and this is a subject that I have a lot of stories, trials, errors, successes, all of that stuff from a coach base and from a student. So I start off with a story that helped me out. A guy named Eric, love him dearly. He's a great, great friend of mine. Eric, I met Eric about maybe probably 2008 when I started my fitness journey. Now I walked in the gym and he was benching, weight. He was benching good weight, squatting good weight. He was a monster. And the thing that was crazy was Eric was doing all of this on his lunch break. So he worked in the plaza where the gym was at, and he was literally doing these workouts right at his lunch break. So I was going to the gym after work. So I had about an hour, maybe an hour, 15 minutes before I had to go home, get ready, and then go to school. I was going to school at the time. Now, I'm like, how is he able to do all of this stuff, like so beastie, and then do it on his lunch break? The secret I found out when I later started talking to Eric was he was a father, he was a husband, he had a job, he had a lot on his plate, and he made fitness fit into his life, right? So he didn't do something where most of us do is I'm going to go work out at night and maybe it's taking time for my family or something like that. He was like, I'm going to take my lunch break and do it then. Now, you would think most people should be taking their lunch break to eat lunch, and not him. He was squatting, benching, all that stuff. So here's what it taught me back then, and it helped me understand for myself and people later on. Most people know how to do something workout related, right? Even if it's like a bad squat, a bad lunge, a bad push-up, or something of that nature, most people do know to do something. The hang-up usually comes when we think it has to look like somebody else who may not be in the same season of life that we're in currently. And that's the one thing that changed as I got more mature in life, is I stopped basing fitness off of old seasons for myself and for people. When I was 21, I could work out every day and recover and spend as much time as I wanted to in the gym because I didn't have a lot of other responsibilities. I have kids now, I have a wife now, I have a business now. Those things do eat up your time. And if I kept looking at fitness how I was when I was 20, I probably wouldn't be doing it. So here's your first thing if you want to write it down. Find out, where do I have a gap in my day that I might be willing to exchange for some fitness. That gap may be early in the morning, it may be a little later at night, it may be a lunch break, right? Or it may be, I've had a nurse where I had to do multiple workouts a day, but the workouts were 5 minutes. So she was able to put it in the morning, midday, afternoon, evening, and it helped her out because she didn't have to drive to a gym. She didn't have to wait until a perfect time to do any of it. She had these small regimens, and it worked for her. So you have to figure out, when am I willing to exchange some time to get this fitness in? The second thing I learned from watching Eric was he wasn't trying to do every movement in the gym. The reason I believe it was like that for him, and I can tell you my perspective on it for me, is if he started doing every movement in the gym, he wouldn't be able to get something in. He would have been chasing, I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to do that. He was picking like 3 movements, and he was doing it very, very well, like very, very effective. How I started doing my workouts was I would pick 2 movements, and I would do them back to back. I would do a lower body and upper body, but I would do it literally right next to each other so I didn't have to walk across the gym. Now, every gym has that one person that wants to talk you to death. So when I do that, I would make sure my stuff is next to each other. And it got so bad that I would literally keep moving even slowly as those people were talking because I had a commitment to myself. So that's the second thing. Don't try to do everything. What's going to be the most effective for your goal? That's where a good coach can come in at to help you with that. But what's going to be most effective for the goal I want in this season of my life? This season of my life, you may not want abs. You might just want to lose 5 pounds or 10 pounds. You might just want to get ready to run a mile, maybe not a marathon. You have to define, what do I want in this season of my life? But I would definitely say don't try to do all of the exercises. My last tip I'm going to say is hire a coach of some sort. Maybe the coach writes you a program per month, or you see the coach once a month, or you follow like a app they may have. The reason why I say that is because the coach probably, if they're credible, they probably have more scars than you're willing to get, which means they've learned some things that you haven't learned yet, or you may not want to pay the price to learn on your own. Scars tell stories as well. They can tell you, hey, if I put these two exercises back to back, it seems right, but it's going to tax your lower back and you won't be able to move for a while. Or if you go to the gym at 5:15 p.m., that's prime time. Everyone's there. They're going to get frustrated and overwhelmed. How about 7 p.m.? Or how about 5 a.m.? The coach has scars, so it's multiple ways you can work with coaches nowadays. Way you can work with us, we do online, we do in person. There's tons of ways. While we are at it, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can keep getting more information. But that's a way to start working out. Think about, what do I want right now in this season of my life? What am I willing to exchange for some time to work out? Can I get a coach, right? You can get, maybe we talked about, you can get a program, a monthly subscription, or you work with the coach once a week. Multiple ways based on what you want, your budget, and what you want to really get out of it. I'm going to say the cheat code is definitely having a coach because, like I said before, they have more scars. They're consistently learning what's working well and what's not. And most people don't do fitness well because there's nobody to hold them accountable. And if no one holds you accountable, you're pretty much going to stop. Take that advice, take those tips, and let me know in the comments which ones helped you, or if you need more advice. Be great, guys. I'm out of here.